www.noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Noble Gold Investments is pleased to let you know that gold was the best investment class for 2022. Real estate, crypto, stocks, and bonds. Gold outperformed them all in 2022. Matter of fact, Noble Gold Investments helped thousands of clients buy real physical gold. And according to longtermtrends.net, gold outperformed the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and even Bitcoin in 2022. Had you invested in the S&P 500 a year ago, you'd be crying because you'd have lost 20% of your investment. If you'd invested in Bitcoin a year ago, you'd have lost 65%. And if you have put all your 401k or your savings, if you've invested in the Dow Jones in the stock market, you'd have lost 10%. But gold has outperformed them all in 2022, and silver wasn't that far behind. So what are we waiting for here? We need to join the thousands of others by opening a gold IRA or silver IRA with noblegoldinvestment.com. Invest with Noble Gold Investments before the end of the month, and you will bag a free 1/4 of an ounce American Gold Eagle coin. That's 1/4 of an ounce American Gold Eagle coin with every qualified IRA, gold IRA of $50,000 or more. Just pick up the phone and call Colin Plume or one of his associates at 877-646-5347. And you can ask for a no-pressure consultation, only conversation. That's 877-646-5347. I promise you something. You will be glad that you did. I tell you, those guys are really professionals and they care.
Okay, let's go to Georgia, where a Trump grand juror stirred up controversy by hinting at panel's advice. The foreperson of a special grand jury investigating former President Donald Trump's efforts to overturn Georgia's election results has complicated the work of prosecutors with a series of surprisingly frank media interviews, but is unlikely to get any potential cases thrown out. Legal experts said the unusual candor about secret proceedings, while not unlawful, is almost certain to be used by lawyers defending anyone ultimately charged. In a series of interviews with news organizations, including the Associated Press, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, NBC, and the New York Times, the jury foreperson, Emily Kohrs, said that the panel's still secret recommendations include indicting more than a dozen people, even hinting strongly that one of the targets would be former President Trump. Quote, "You are not going to be shocked," Kohrs told The Times when asked whether the Fulton County panel had recommended charging the former president. Quote, "It's not rocket science," she said. The United States Pentagon made a vague threat to China over arming Russia. The Pentagon on Wednesday pledged consequences for Beijing if it heeds Moscow's desperate pleas for arms and ammunition, but yet again stopped short of detailing how it would follow through on the stern but vague threat. Spokeswoman Sabrina Singh delivered the cagey response during a press conference in which she said that despite repeated requests for specifics, quote, "I don't want to forecast any of those consequences," she said. It wasn't the first such shadowy warning. Also, in an interview that aired on Sunday on CBS News, the Secretary of State Antony Blinken referred to a, quote, "serious problem" if China looked to strengthen its alliance with Russia at this time. Okay, let's go over to Ohio, where the United States Secretary of the Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, has finally visited the Ohio train derailment site. This month's toxic train derailment in a small Ohio village has put Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg under pressure like never before, leaving him scrambling to contain a public health and transportation crisis on partially under his purview while absorbing the brunt of the attacks from the Biden administration's adversaries. Publicly and privately, signs are growing that the Transportation Secretary's usual Eagle Scout patience is giving way to frustration. He has gotten into Twitter spats with U.S. senators. His cut brush off a Daily Caller reporter who ambushed him during a walk turned into a viral video that has drawn more than 3 million views since Tuesday evening. And on Wednesday, Buttigieg's allies were complaining that he's taking an unfair pounding over the disaster, all because of his perceived ambitions as a one-time and future presidential hopeful.